Hi.
How y'all doing?
Maybe balloons weren't in order here because we're so behind. I know.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Um,
Um, I know
Hi.
it's been a minute.
I know. It's not on schedule. I know. We
Well, it is on schedule because I put out a schedule today. Go check out our Instagram story at the Cup Pod on Instagram and all social media platforms,
but just
including
this week.
yes, but just this week we're doing a Monday because baby, we got to catch up. So let us explain. But before we
Please.
do,
Mm-hmm.
hi, Islanders. Welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. On this occasion, I'm drinking some iced coffee because it's 9:30 in the morning for me, and that's what I do at this time of the day. We've got caramel white chocolate today. Is the flavor du jour. And we're vibing, and I'm excited to catch up on this season, Lana.
Absolutely. And hi, I am Lana, like Logan just said, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. I got water, I got my cup mug, and I'm ready to talk about Love Island. And you can get your
Yes,
cup
God.
mug at lanascreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship international and domestically, so there are no excuses. So get your cup mug, period. And thank you.
Yes, God. Well, okay. So what had
Okay.
happened was,
What happened? What happened?
we've been caught up watching the episodes of Love Island UK, y'all.
We have
Life,
watched.
life has just been lifing. So we just literally haven't had an opportunity to talk about it here.
All right.
So yes, we're going into episode 15 tonight.
Yes.
We
And
get it.
we get it, and we're caught up in it. We're
And don't
all up
worry,
in it. We'll be here tomorrow to talk about it.
I was going to say, we are back on schedule tomorrow. So don't you worry. We will be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. BST, to get completely up to date on Love Island UK. We'll be talking about episodes 12, probably a little bit of maybe 13 if we watch. Who knows? It's unseen bits, so whatever. 14 and 15. So we will be up to date as of tomorrow. So don't worry. We will be here as well, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST. To do that as well. So don't you all worry. We will be here
Back on
talking
schedule.
Love Island UK, back on schedule. And while I'm plugging this one, I'm also going to go ahead and plug Soul Ties Live as well. We will be here basically right after this recording as well. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 2:10 Eastern-ish, and Friday and Saturday, 6:10 Eastern-ish, talking all things Love Island USA. And baby, we've got a recoupling to talk about, and I'm angry. So I'm going to save all of that. I'm going to put a pin in that for when we talk about Love Island USA. But right now, we've got 3 episodes of Love Island UK to kind of summarize for you all. This ain't going to be linear. This is going to be just kind of a recap of what went on. And what went on was a lot of things. So we're going to talk about them before we do. Brief plug, subscribe, like, and share if you enjoy this content. We're here almost all the time giving you almost all things competitive reality TV. Currently, that's Love Island, that's Destination X, that's The Snake, that's Project Runway. We've got Big Brother coming in 2 weeks. Baby, it's 2 weeks away. We cannot wait. Make sure to check out the description as well, where you can find our audio podcast links on the go if you need us, as well as our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, our merch link where you can get your cup mug, all those lovely things. So, with that being said, Lana, these episodes, this villa, dare I say, dare I say, UK is kind of out serving USA right now. Maybe just a tad.
Dare I say they are both getting on my nerves.
Well, yes, they're both getting on my nerves for
And
a
can
lot.
I say I think they're both equally bad and good at the same time. I don't think one is out serving anyone. Neither one of them are out serving anyone. Both of them have their I'm sorry, both of them have their pits and their falls. They have their moments. But as far as serving, I feel just as equally upset about this one as I do about the other one. I am Love Island is. Let me just say, this season is not these season is not serving like I wanted them to serve.
You're saying UK isn't serving?
UK is not serving like I wanted it to serve.
Okay.
It's okay. It has its
Okay.
moments, its drama, but I was expecting a lot more from the flagship show. I was like,
Mm,
this is Love Island UK. This is my first time watching Love Island UK as a whole, like a regular season, not an all-star season. This was my first time watching it live, and everybody talk. I mean, I heard last season didn't slap as hard because it was
yeah.
compared to Love Island US, which
Yeah.
ate down
Yeah.
boots everybody. Um, but I was expecting Love Island UK to like give me something else, not just unnecessary. Like I feel like they do unnecessary drama the way US gives unnecessary drama, and it's like, but for them it's just constant unnecessary drama on top of unnecessary drama, and it's like, for what? Like, are we here to play a game or are we here to find love? Like, it's just, I don't know.
This is like, but and what's interesting as well in the comparison of the two right now is both villas are playing the games. Like the games are being played in very different ways, but both
Hmm.
villas are kind of playing the game of Love Island. And I think it's really interesting that we're looking at two versions of the show at very different points in the career of the show, quote unquote,
Right.
that where the players are playing the game of Love Island now, and it seems, it's a little less authentic than it was, in the earlier seasons. So,
It feels too produced. I feel like
oh
both seasons
yeah,
are giving me way much more production in the show instead of letting the naturalization of the events happen with
right,
the show, and that it just feels a little unauthentic, and I'm just not. I'm upset. Like this group, like on UK, this cast is a
hmm,
decent cast, but they are playing this all wrong. I think production is doing more in, like, I think it's a decent cast. I think they have some people who I would like pluck, pluck, pluck. You can go and put somebody else in and
yeah,
maybe, but I feel like production is doing a little much in the way it's going. But I also feel the same thing about USA. But I feel like USA had a better cast, but they production is putting their hand way too much in it. I think UK is a little bit more off than the US, but I think US is so deep in it that we can start to see it. And so it's
yeah,
kind of like, oh no, I feel that. I see what's happening. With
yeah,
UK, it's kind of like I can see it, but I can't really say that that's what it is for
yeah.
sure. Like I'm not for sure. Like is that production or is that real? And it's just I think they're both equally giving me like I don't know. I just feel like I'm just annoyed with both of them at this point.
Mm,
But I feel like nobody's outserving, and I thought UK was going to outserve the season because of how unimportant their last
mm,
season felt compared to US. I thought they were going to come in like, okay, we can't let that happen again. Let's serve. And I thought US was going to be like, well, we got to really do better because I think they're under the pressure of what happened last season that they feel like they have to produce it and it feels produced. UK
yeah.
is under the pressure because they fell short from last season, and I feel like they're not doing enough. Like this
I
cast is not giving enough.
like they had to come in and bring in two different games in order to get the
Oh,
right drama.
hmm,
Right drama isn't even the right word for it, but hey, it certainly brought drama.
it did
Um,
bring drama.
like there's a lot to touch on. I think the big overall thing to talk about, I think we just need to get it out of the way, Lana, is Threesome Gate. Baby,
Oh,
threesome, poor Dijon. Baby, Dijon,
this
honey, baby.
this man can't breathe around this woman.
That's what Tony said.
He cannot breathe. Like the question comes up in the challenge about a threesome, and he says his threesome was he had threesomes 20 plus times. His explanation was very like, okay, I get it. It wasn't 20 different threesome couples. It was the same couple, same two women. They just had it several times because that was the relationship that they were in at the time, and so it just was the same people just a bunch of times. So I'm like, okay,
Love
that
that.
love that for them. Makes sense. It's not like he was out there just spreading his seed to 20 different women or 40 different women in that case, whatever, so many times. And Meg is upset, but she's not really upset about that. She's upset because Yasmin makes the joke.
And Tony.
And Tony,
In
Yasmin, but
her
Yasmin,
mind.
yeah, it's really not Tony, but it was really Yasmin. But okay, anyway,
I have points to be made, but
yes,
you finish.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I know I'm ready for your point.
Baby.
Baby, I'm ready for your points. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Yasmin is the one that made the joke about if Dejan will do a threesome with her and Tony. And Dejan, of course, thinking they joking, is like, we'll talk about that later. And he jokes on and he moves on away from the conversation. He then tells Meg about the conversation. So he wasn't trying to hide it. He wasn't trying to keep it to himself. He tells her, yeah,
Yep.
Yasmin came over and was joking about maybe doing a threesome with her and Tony. And Meg's like, what did you say? He was like, I told him, I was like, what? Like, that's wild. We talked about that,
He played it off, and
Played
that's
off
what he
like,
told her.
he was like, I played off like, it was a joke. And she could not let that go. She's
We
mad.
said it.
I told you she can't take anything.
No.
It's something about that woman. That woman just don't sit right with my soul. But she was just like so mad and so mad and so mad. And she could not get it out of her mind. He was just like, it was nothing. I'm not seriously thinking about having a threesome with these two women here in the villa.
Right.
That's crazy, number one. Number two, I'm not interested in that. That's not what I'm here for. And he tells her that she cannot let it go. She goes talking to anybody who will listen to her about this threesome conversation or whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, the conversation is over. They're done. The night is gone. They had that little stupid conversation. He told her
No.
about it. No, because he messed it up in her mind. Now, all of this is her mind because I honestly don't think he did anything wrong. But he goes out and Yasmin and Tony are sitting by the pool and he goes and sits and talks to them like normal people would talk to people in a conversation. If you want to just talk to people, because that's what we're here to do, is have
What
conversations
else
and
do
be
they
good.
have to do?
It's just nothing. Just sit around and talk to each other all day. That's it. So he walks over to have a conversation with them, and then the conversation comes back, and Yasmin again says something about the threesome, and he's still laughing about it. And they start talking about their kinks and things and what they like and what they're what anytime anybody brings up conversation or sexual conversation, you engage in it and you talk about your experiences and what you like. No big deal.
Side note, Dejan saying that being intimate and kissing turns him on. I went, oh, Meg don't deserve him.
She don't.
Meg don't deserve him. I need a woman in that villa that deserves him. Desperately. Anyway,
yeah. It's just I just go ahead.
So yeah, it doesn't stop there. Meg is continuing to have this whole conversation to the point that she ends up having a foursome conversation with the three of them and her.
She wants to nip everything in the bud and get it all out there. Because
Baby, there was nothing. And
because
thank you.
She can't think that it's just the conversation was over when it was over. She just can't.
Thank you, Yasmin and Tony, for being like, girl, this was an innocent conversation. And then for Tony to straight up be like, he is a different person when he's not around you. Thank you. Because it's true. We've been seeing it. She's been seeing it. The producers, the PAs, the Survivor 50 cast, all the way across on the other side of Fiji, even though they're filming in Mallorca, Spain, can see what is going on here on this occasion. Baby. I do not understand what it is going to take for Dijon.
Wake it up!
What the fuck is it gonna take, Dijon? We whoa, bitch!
Wake up.
Wake the fuck up, Dijon.
This woman is not it. She is not
She's not your Meg.
My thing is, I need to be able to breathe in a relationship. If I can't even talk to somebody else without you losing your freaking mind, you are not the one. I can't. And I'm telling you, and if I'm not hiding anything from you, I'm telling you about all, like, okay, I get it. This situation is weird to watch the person you like or the person you coupled up with talk to other people and make connections with other people right in front of your face. You don't usually see that in the real world. I get it. I understand it. But in this situation, if the person is coming to me and telling me what the conversation was and telling me that it was all a joke and that it wasn't serious. All I can do is take them at their word until they show me that they can't be trusted. And Dejan has done nothing to show you that he can't be trusted in situations like this. You can get mad at him about the games and him doing that whole thing with kissing people because he just wanted to kiss Melisha in that game. You can get mad at that if you want to, but it's still a game. And you kissed who you want to kiss in that challenge, or you kiss somebody else too. So it's like, what are we mad about? Like, I just don't understand her perspective on this. I don't understand anybody's perspective on this when they come into Love Island and think that they could blow up and pop off at the person they're with because that person is also talking to other people and making the connection. When you can be doing the same thing. You're free to do the same thing. It's your choice if you choose not to do it. And Meg, people are pulling you as well, and you're talking to other people as well. So what? Because the conversations are different. Maybe because the people who talking to you know that you can't handle conversations like that. Because you're, oh my god, like you can't handle those kind of conversations, and Dijon can. And he's a totally different person. He's fun, he's laughing, and every time he's with you, his button up is so strict. Like, who wants to be that in any relationship? Who wants that? I can't. Dijon, wake it up.
And even when she's being pulled by other people, as we see with Harrison, we'll talk about shortly, even when Harrison pulled her, the conversation was flat.
So flat.
And I'm like, baby, okay, so what we've learned is she's just flat.
Boring. I'm sorry.
And my favorite part of this whole thing, I have to say, is why the fuck is Tony being dragged into this entire fucking situation and implicated just as much as Yasmin did? I am so fucking happy that Tony went to Meg herself and said, yeah, I don't understand why I'm being implicated in this whatsoever. I have literally nothing to do with this. I was there for both of these conversations. Both of these were implicated by Yasmin. Don't implicate me in this. And I appreciate that at least Meg was like, okay, cool, got it. But I still loving Tony. But I'm glad that she stuck to her word, stood on business here and was like, no, baby, you're not going to implicate me in this. Just because I was there for both of these occasions does not mean I said anything in either of these conversations. And Meg, you need to understand that I'm not trying to have a threesome with your man. I'm not trying to take your man. I am not your enemy. Shut the fuck up. Girl, not every woman in this villa is your enemy. Get over it.
She's so annoying to me. She's so annoying to me.
And that's all I want to talk about Threesome Gate, unless you have anything else, Lana.
I mean, that four-way conversation just was so weird and awkward. Nothing got done because Megan just talked over everybody and was like, and I'm done. I'm like, girl, bye.
Girl, literally bye.
I was like, bye. I'm done with her. I'm so over her. And I just want Dijon to be over her as well.
Well, we do get the recoupling. Before the recoupling, Helena and Harry are on the rocks again. Shocker. We'll talk more about that. Emily and Tony clear the air, and Connor finally decides to break things off with Tony because he's serious about pursuing things with Emily. And then the night before the recoupling, decides to take Emily to the hideaway. Lana, did you notice the bulge on that man?
No, I was not looking.
Oh, honey, it was the only thing I could notice from that point on. I wasn't intending. Here's the thing. I was not intending to notice the bulge. The moment I did, I said, oh, I see most especially why Connor is a very popular man. And again, the Calvins, Lana. We had that conversation.
Yeah. I think it's promotion. But yeah, I didn't notice because I don't look at Connor like that. I don't find Connor that attractive to me, so that's just me.
Fair enough. But I said, good for you, Emily. And sucks for Tony. But Shay and Tommy resolve their issues. Okay. Alima and Ramel fight because Alima is certainly something. And
Alima. No, I'm not letting you pass by that. Come, step to the front.
Fine.
Step to the front, girl. You are never gonna have a man if you keep acting like this. Never going to get a man if you continue to act like this. You blow up over the littlest things and you expect this man to do something totally different from what you do. You need to stop acting like a pampered princess and get into the real world here, because your behavior and you blowing up on him only to turn around and give us whiplash and be like, oh my God, I was so cute, and share your first kiss the next day. Like, girl, wake it up. He is going to leave you for the next available bombshell if you continue to act like this, because this man has said he is a relationship guy. He likes you for whatever reason, and he's trying to make it work, and he's going to try to make it work for as long as he possibly can. But the second you continue to blow up on him, you did the same thing to Blue. And that didn't work out for him, unfortunately, because it could have turned back around and been on you you know, if chosen correctly. But it did not work. You did the same thing, because the one time you find something that you don't like, instead of trying to work through it, you blow up on them and say, whatever, whatever, whatever. You need to calm that down, girl. Honey, I am rooting for you, and I want you and Ramel to work. I'm rooting for y'all.
We are all rooting for you.
We are rooting for you. I want that to work. Because I think y'all can have something. But if you continue, number one, to be furniture in that house, you're not going to win. Number two, if you continue to blow up on that man for every little thing he does, that was not for the balloons.
There will be no balloons at the end, and you will not be winning Love Island UK 2025.
Right. You have to stop. You have to stop. And you have to show him that you're actually really interested. You want him to be all about you, but you don't want to be all about him. And that is not how relationships work. So I need you to get it together, girl. I'm rooting for you. I want you to succeed. I want your relationship to work. It ain't about the game. I want the relationship to work. I want you to be happy, but I need you to calm it down. Stop popping off on people at the first second you get and walk away storming off, making a scene, because that is not what the viewers want to see every time, all the time. And then you turn around and you give us whiplash the next day and you're just like, like, girl, no.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
I agree. I agree. And then we get the recoupling. Let's talk about our recoupling, Lana, where we get some couples. Shocking.
Sure.
At a recoupling,
Better recoupling?
groundbreaking. Groundbreaking. Let's talk about our couples. Shakira and Ben.
Yep.
I ain't gonna comment on them now because
I got lots to say about them later. Yep.
Yep. Megan and Tommy. Sure.
Yep. Whatever.
Oh.
Wake up! Dijon. Wake
Please.
up. Mm-hmm.
Wake up! Helena.
Helena. Wake up.
I think she has.
Good. Wake
up!
Alima. You got that fine man by your side. Wake it up.
That man's so fucking fine.
That man fine as fuck.
Fuck. I'll say it for you.
Fuck. Wake it up.
I'm like, I'll say it for you anytime you need it about him.
Period, because he is fine as
fuck. Come on.
Wake it up.
Emily and Connor.
Adorable. I think this is my favorite couple.
I agree. And as much as I really enjoyed the Tony and Connor era, I really, bless you, I really enjoy Emily and Connor together. I think they're just an absolutely sweet couple.
Absolutely.
I love the Welsh-Irish connection as well. I think that's really, really cute. Yeah, I think they're adorable.
Yeah.
Yasmin and Shay. There's nothing to say.
They're not a couple. They're not a couple.
And that leaves, unfortunately, two singles. Tragedy, Lana.
Tragic.
An absolute international tragedy going on here on this occasion today.
This is ridiculous.
We are left with Tony and Melisha single, and instead of them both being, safe and vulnerable, oh no, we have to do a twist. And here comes a new bombshell entering, not the villa.
No.
But a cute little dating space. Yeah, because I didn't realize, thank you to whoever commented it. I don't have the comment in front of me. They're not in South Africa, Lana.
No, they're in Spain.
They are in Spain.
I was like, oh, well, thanks.
Which makes sense why Blue was there, because he could literally, it's a hop skip over from his mom's sex shop. So that makes sense. Poor Blue.
Justice for Blue.
And Sophie.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. But we have Harrison. I really like Harrison.
Harrison's cool. Harrison's cool.
Harrison's a good bombshell.
Right now, he didn't come in with that bombshell energy like I like, but he came in with a very subtle bombshell energy, which I'm like, okay. In this case, it was cool because he didn't have to come in hot. He came in with just enough heat that it was like, okay, all right. He's cool.
Definitely.
But Harrison comes in and they have to go on 2 dates now with Melisha and Tony, because Harrison is going to pick one of these ladies to go back into the villa, and the other one will be dumped. And so we see Harrison go. That was very tragic, just hearing those two words with those two women.
The way that I said, oh, my two favorite girls in the villa right now are going on the 2-on-1, and one of them's going to get dumped. Fuck this shit.
Hate it. I was like, every second of it.
I was like, this is a win-lose, because I'm like, one girl I'm going to be so happy for, and one girl I'm literally going to be devastated for. And then the dates happened, and I said, oh, he lives in Boca Raton, and she went to school in Boca Raton. Yeah, it's over.
Done. The second they said that, I was like, okay, sorry, Melisha girl.
And I said, I love my girl, Melisha.
She deserves better. I love
Melisha. Can we wake it up here for just a second? I know we're not trying to spend too much time on this recap. Justice for Melisha, baby. She came in, she gave drama, she gave bombshell energy down. She's beautiful, and she deserved so much better than that white tyrant woman gave her in that villa. props to Melisha. You get your 11s out of 10, mama, because you did everything you were supposed to and more. And you've been the highlight of the series so far. I gotta be honest.
Like I said, this was the one. She came in. She came in with the right energy. I feel like Yasmin came in with the very opposite energy that I like. Melisha came in with the right energy that I liked, and she was rewarded like this. Foolishness.
Mm,
Foolishness. Foolishness. Justice for Melisha. She deserves better. And Melisha girl, you could take pride in knowing that now that you were dumped, people can't keep your name out their mouth. They still talking about you. They still wish you were there.
uh-huh.
They are regretting ever putting you in a position of being vulnerable. So, girl, you left the impact. You did what needed to be done. You are that girl, and I am here
Period.
for you. Period.
Period, queen. Love you. Love you,
Ah,
girl.
love you, girl.
She better be back on an All Stars or some shit because, baby, the
She ate
impact.
the impact.
The impact. So yes, unfortunately, Melisha is dumped. But fortunately for Tony, she comes
Right.
back into the villa with Harrison, and we love this for Harrison and for Tony. Um, and Harrison, on the Harrison topic, I think he's moved, in these 2 episodes that we're talking about here. We'll talk more about Harrison tomorrow. But I think in these 2 episodes, I really like the way Harrison is moving. I think he's being really respectful to the couple that he's now kind of been, forced into immediately on day 1 in the villa, with Tony. And it's clear him and Tony have a really good connection, but I do enjoy that he is, exploring the other connections that he has. We've seen him talk to Shakira, talking to Meg, talking to Helena. I definitely think 2 of those connections might have a bit more potential than
Mm-hmm.
the white woman that we don't like. Meg not to be confused with Megan. But yes, the other lovely elements of this episode, Ben is being an idiot again, but we'll touch on that more later. Harry and Yasmin are up on the terrace. Oh, they want to rip each other's clothes off. Oh, how scandalous. Oh, don't worry. We'll get to episode 11. This is where we get the foursome chat. We already talked about it. How awkward, how horrible. And we get Americana Night, Lana. Jesus, help us all. The fits were cute.
Sure. Yeah.
Shout out to eBay. Here's what I'm gonna ask though. As a fraternity man myself, fun fact that not many people on the pod know, I was, and I believe still technically am, a member of a fraternity.
Mhm.
I will not shout out which one because I do not know if my membership as an alumni is active. Have not kept up with that. Is there an issue with Meg having letters on? Because she
Depends
had
on
a
what.
full-on letters jacket on.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not familiar with the organization she had on. I didn't clock which one it was.
I have to go back and look because I don't remember what the letters
I'm
were.
I'm actually kind of curious. I'm gonna
Me
look.
too. Interesting.
Yeah, but Americana Night certainly was something. Yeah, the fits were the best part in my opinion. I think the dancing was horrible, and that's just because I'm looking at the dancing right now. I'm like especially Connor. Connor dancing should not be happening. Okay, wait a minute. Give me a good shot of Megan. Okay, wait. Dijon is also wearing letters.
This is 11, right?
It's 10.
10. 10.
Okay, it looks like Meg is wearing Kappa Alpha Theta. That's a fraternity.
That is. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, that's a sorority. Never mind. Kappa Alpha Theta is a sorority. Okay. I'm not familiar with Kappa Alpha Theta, so I'm not too sure. It looks
Oh
like
wait. Oh whoa. Hold
uh-huh.
on.
Are
Hold
you looking at what
on.
Dijon's wearing?
I'm looking at all that. Hold on. I'm at the dancing. I'm trying to get a good
Yeah.
look. Let's see. Okay.
I'm mostly
Oh,
just like, I'm kind of gagged that they're having them wear letters, period.
see, I think the genre is more looking like a Letterman's jacket, like a high school Letterman's jacket, which I'm not.
Okay. It
But
looked for a hot second like it was Alpha Kappa Alpha, and I was
I
like,
think, I mean, the colors are definitely that.
yeah. I'm trying to get, I have a good shot of Dijon here for a second. I'm trying to see if they zoom out. Come on now. Oh no, it's just AR, so it's not. No, I believe Meg is the only person. Okay, so so Dijon is not wearing letters. It looks like Meg is the only one wearing full letters, and she's literally wearing a Kappa Alpha Theta sweatshirt with Amanda on the back.
Yeah, I think they should have. Oh yeah, that looks
So this has got to be some former sorority member that's put her letters on eBay.
probably, probably. And I think I don't know how serious. To be honest, I don't know how serious. And this might sound crazy, but I don't know how serious white fraternities take their letters because I know
Black
the
the
Divine
Divine Nine
Nine,
take it very
they take it
seriously.
very seriously, and that is alpha
Uh-huh.
colors that Meg is
Yes.
wearing. And so the alpha kappa, you say alpha kappa theta?
It's Kappa Alpha Theta. It's not Divine Nine.
Right, because if it's kappa alpha, but like it's the
Yeah.
same colors as the Divine Nine fraternity
I
alpha, the fraternity the
yeah.
alphas. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, I think it's still all in the same vein,
Yeah.
just different, you know,
It didn't yeah, it didn't look like it was Divine Nine specific from what I
no.
looked at. Because
There's no black and gold
I know my
sororities.
Divine Nine. I know
There's
my
no black and
Divine
gold.
Nine.
There's no black and gold sororities. There's
Correct.
black and gold fraternities. And if
Yeah.
it had Amanda on the back, then I think it was a white sorority.
It was a white sorority for sure. Kappa Alpha Theta, from the little bit of research I did, was a white sorority.
And so I don't, like I said,
Regardless,
I don't know how seriously they take their letters and who wears it.
jury's out.
Here's that.
My fraternity took it very seriously. So, like, specifically letters,
Right,
like
yeah,
that's an embroidered sweatshirt that cost
yeah, lots of
probably
money.
probably a good $75 at least.
Yeah,
Like, that's an
yeah.
expensive fucking sweatshirt she's wearing. So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Regardless, the drama here was Yasmin.
The drama here was very much Jasmine.
And I gotta say, we were a little mixed on Miss Yasmin after
Mm-hmm.
her first couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I am on the Yasmin train. I'm really liking a lot of the things Yasmin is doing in the villa for herself.
I like Yasmin more than I did the first time. With the first episode she came in, I think a lot of things she did in this episode, she did it to herself. But I also think a lot of things that she did in the next episode was just put on her because people don't like her. And I don't think
Yeah.
that's fair. Like this episode, was she dead wrong for what she did to Shay? Absolutely. Like she embarrassed the
Yes.
fuck out of Shay. She embarrassed the hell out of Shay. Like Shay, you coupled up with this man, you led him to believe that he was somebody you wanted to get to know, and you did not do that at all. You didn't hardly spend any time with him throughout the day. You were too busy up on the terrace with Harry. You were too busy talking to Dejan. You were too busy doing everything else but talking to the person you're in a couple with. But you get into bed with him that night and you cuddle with him and everything is good. And it's like, okay. But so it's like, okay, girl. But then you come to this challenge and you kissing everybody but your man when you have an opportunity to kiss your man. Like some kind of reassurance that this person made the right decision by picking you should have been given. And she gave no fucks.
Mm-mm.
Like none whatsoever. She didn't give any
Yeah.
to Shay in this challenge. I was like, girl, I want to be on your side, but in this situation, you're dead
Yeah.
wrong. You're dead wrong. And you
Yeah.
can be like, oh, it's just a challenge. We're having fun. Even challenges have to have some type of reassurance in them every now and again. You don't have to
Yeah.
be every question you get, but at least one question you put, like the question that you could have picked him where you could have picked him to kiss, you should have picked him to kiss.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said. I will also say on that exact note, I really appreciated that when Shay pulled her at the start of episode 11 and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off. She was like,
Yep.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Because she had no
And
leg to stand on. She couldn't fight him on
exactly,
that.
exactly. And I appreciate that she didn't try to fight him because I feel like most other women in that villa would have at least tried to fight him on it. And by that I mean, honestly, like the Megans and the Helena. Not Helena. Helena wouldn't have fought for that. Like the Megans. Unfortunately, I'm gonna put Alima in that category
Yep.
for right now. Unfortunately, but like those kinds of girls, I'm gonna put Shakira there. Unfortunately, I love her down, but I'm gonna put Shakira in that category. I feel like a lot of the girls in this villa would have tried to fight for that just for the security of that couple. And I
Mm-hmm.
really, really appreciate that Yasmin was just like, yeah, no, I get it. I fucked up. I apologize for what I did. Like, she's standing on business here. She understands what she
Mm-hmm.
did wrong and is fully accountable for it. And I appreciate her for that.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that. I think that they both did what needed to be done in that moment. And she owned up to it. She was because even after the challenge, she was like, you really just made me look like a prick to sit in front of everybody. You didn't you just every chance you get to embarrass me, you took that chance. And she was like, I didn't mean to. That wasn't my intention, but I understand your feelings and I'm sorry. He was like, yeah, whatever. So, I was like, save that. And she went and slept it downstairs with Harrison and Tony,
Oh yeah,
and
I loved the 3 single beds down there
yeah,
because Harrison and Tony tried to sleep together that one night and it was just
I was
not
like,
working for the
nah,
two of
they're like, we
them.
can't do
Oh,
it.
at all. So they were just like, yeah, it's cool that we're in a couple, but baby, we both need to sleep in separate beds. Like, this is not the tea.
And they're really not
Um,
in a couple. It's not an official couple. He just picked her from the date, so it was never really a recouple couple. They are still
yeah,
both all single. They are
yeah.
still both very single, but it's just yeah. But then of course everybody want to make their little jokes. Oop, the threesome's gonna happen now. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, really? Oh,
Like,
y'all could.
genuinely, can we clear out all the women with the exception
Shakira could
of
stay.
Shakira,
And
Tony,
Emily.
Yasmin,
Shakira,
and
Emily,
Emily,
Tony. Yep, yep. Those the four that can
and
stay.
Alima,
Everybody else.
and
And
Alima,
Alima can stay for now, but she on thin ice. She can stay for now. But the rest of them,
and
and Helena sometime.
Helena.
So she on thin ice
Helena's
too.
standing on business. Helena's on thin ice, but she's standing on business now.
The
We'll talk
Megans
about
can go.
we'll talk about Helena more. Yeah,
The Megans can go.
well,
Sorry.
yes.
Both of them can go.
Well,
Sorry,
yes.
Tommy. I'm sorry, Tommy. I know you like that girl. You can go with it if you want to. I don't really care, but the Megans can go.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tony's starting to, or not
Tommy.
Tony, Tommy's starting to, he's nice to look at, and I appreciate him, but he's starting to turn into furniture.
And he's a tattletale. Like, oh my God. He is like a
Yeah.
little bitch. Like, stop
Yeah,
being
it's
a
not
tattletale.
cute.
It's not cute. Megan is he tells her every the boy said this and the boys like you just sitting there like I think he sits there for the gossip so he acts like he a boy he a bro and then the second they turn out like it is a sort of bro code and Tommy breaks it
Now, come
every
on
single
now.
time like now come on now and I'm like dude you don't have to tell everything but he te- he
Everything.
tells every little detail and then it goes
Thank
to Megan and then Megan of course is gonna tell everybody I'm just like Tommy, are
Well, yes,
you
because Megan can't keep her mouth shut ever.
ever? It's just like, are you the girl? Tommy, are you the girl in this relationship? Because you're just
Tommy's the girl's girl here, of course.
Tommy's the girl's girl. Because he like, I'm gonna be a spy. I'm a double agent. Like, bro, like, come on, Tommy. It's starting to really irk me. Sorry, honestly, Tommy started to get on my nerves a little bit.
I see
Starting to get on my nerves
that.
a little bit.
I
Because I'm
see
like,
that for sure. I see that for sure.
he seems like a
Um,
little mole rat, just
yeah.
scurrying over to tell everybody everything.
Um,
It's just.
but yeah, after we get episode 11 where Shay breaks things off with Yasmin, we get a really kind of genuine chat with Shakira and Tony, where Shakira's kind of like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with Ben right now because he's just kind of being an idiot. Like, he's stirring things up. He's kind of really like, he's kind of just egging me on for the bit. Like, and I don't really know necessarily what to do about that. Like,
Did we
what the fuck
talk
do
about
I
that
do?
conversation with Ben and Shakira?
No, I think we glossed over it a little bit, but go for it, Lana.
Yeah, because Shakira is trying to talk to Ben, and well, she has a conversation with Harrison. Harrison pulls Shakira for a chat, and she talks to Harrison, which, duh, that's what you're supposed to do. And so then when she goes and sits next to Ben, Ben is like, "So how was your chat with Harrison?" She was like, "Oh, he's a nice guy. He's a good guy." And Ben's
Right.
like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "It means he's a good guy. It was a good conversation. Why are you being so vague about it?" And she's like, "What? So are you? What are you interested in him now?" I'm like,
Baby.
"Would you stop?" I was
Insecurities.
like, "Stretch Armstrong much? Why are you stretching me so much?" Like,
Right.
dude, she said he was a good dude. That does not mean she just automatically wants to jump in bed with him. Like, calm
No, the
down.
conversation was kind of dull between the two of them. That's what happened.
Was just a good conversation. She was like, it was fine. Like, what else do you want from that woman? Like, what do you want from her? She literally said it was fine. That's it. It was fine.
I don't
And
get it.
he just went off. So she like, look, come on, let's go talk. Because I want to know what's really happening right now because he's literally trying to front her in front of everybody who's sitting in this area. So she's like, let's go talk. So they go talk, and she's like, what is your problem? And he like, I just want to know why you being so vague about your conversation with Harrison. You can't tell me what happened and you don't want to. And she's just like, are you kidding me right now? I just told you it was a good conversation. What do you want me to go into detail and tell you everything we said? Like, what is the problem? And he's like, I just feel like you feel like you pulling away or what? And she's like, I did nothing of the sort. And then he smirked at her because,
Baby.
and I was like, oh, oh, Ben. Like you like seeing her get riled up and get all mad, and that turns you on. That's
Mm-mm.
something you oh no. Oh
No,
no.
ma'am.
Wee woo. Wee
Wee
woo.
woo.
Wee
Wee
woo.
woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Shakira, get the fuck out, girl.
Because
Get
this
the
man,
fuck out.
he gets off on seeing you mad. I'm annoyed with him and frustrated and trying to explain who got the time in their life to sit here and try to fight and explain to you how I'm feeling about everything.
Not
Not me.
Shakira.
Not me. And I hope not Shakira. Because, baby, you are a baddie and you do not need to be with that. He is not the finest thing walking this earth. He is not worth your time. Get up out. Get up out because, man. And so when she saw him smirk, she was like, oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm done. Oh,
Mm-mm.
that's not it because your conversation is not even stimulating. I don't even get stimulated by the conversation that you bring forth to me. And you think I'm gonna sit here and fight with you? Absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely not. And I was so proud of Shakira in that moment. And when she told I forget who she was talking to, but when she was like, his conversation is not stimulating and I'm just he's a little no. Our brain waves ain't clicking, they ain't linking.
Uh-uh.
And I was just like, ooh, ooh, girl, good. Find someone else. Find anybody else. Somebody else. Because baby, this one ain't it. This one,
Literally,
this
pick
one ain't
Shakira, pick a cameraman before you pick Ben. Shakira.
it.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else?
Cause this ain't it. He ain't
No.
it. He
No.
ain't it.
Um and then Harry and Yasmin make out 3 times.
In the hideaway area.
And then
Well, the
lie about it.
swing. And Harry lies about it. Yasmin don't owe nobody nothing.
Yeah, Yasmin rejects
She never says
the question.
Right. She was like, I'm not talking
We
about
had a
it.
lovely chat.
We had a lovely chat.
We
Which
had a
they
lovely
did.
chat.
They chatted for a minute.
She does eventually tell Tony.
Mm-hmm.
So, she tells Tony.
But Harry just lies. Harry lies to Helena. He lies, which I'm like, why are you lying about it? If you kissed her, you kissed her. If you like her, you like her.
Like, for what fucking, like, literally for what reason?
What are we doing that for? It's just like, and he lies over and over and over until it's obvious they did something. And then it comes out in the game. It comes out in the game. And he can no longer deny it. And Yasmin was like, yep, 3 times actually. This man is a piece of work, and I want Helena so far away from him, and I want him out of this villa so fast. I can't even stand it. I can't even stand it. I want him gone. He is nothing but a menace to society. And he is too old for this. Too old for this nonsense.
He's 30.
You're 30. You should be beyond this point at this, like at this stage. You should be beyond this foolishness. You are the biggest troublemaker in the house.
For what reason?
For what reason are you doing all of this? I can't with this man. He's oh no, he needs to go. He is the one dude for me. If he needs to go, then Ben needs to follow right behind him. Like these dudes need to go. And you can take Tommy with you just because I'm sick of him. But they need to leave. You need to leave. Like you need to leave. Get out. Sorry. Bye. Get out. It's the end.
Get the fuck out.
Get out. Can't do it anymore. Like, leave. Leave.
And take the Megans with you.
Take them with you. Get out.
Get out. Now.
You need to leave.
And I think that's the perfect way to end this this recording, don't you think?
I think because they all need to
get out. No kidding.
Get out, Lito. Leave. No, y'all don't leave. Y'all don't have to leave.
But y'all don't leave. We appreciate you.
But they need to go because the game was just crazy. We found some really stupid stuff about people and
honestly, most of it bleeds into the next episode. So
and it's really all producers. Wait a minute. Before we leave, producers step to the front. Y'all are messy as. Y'all are messy as.
Y'all are messy as fuck, and we live for it, baby. Producers.
Y'all are messy as because y'all only getting Harry and Dijon. Those are the only 2 people y'all swiping it and sniping it, and y'all threw a little sprinkle of Ben, but everything that y'all bringing out is about Harry and Dijon. Harry and Dijon. Harry, y'all messiest.
Well, you know why, right?
Just say y'all want to get rid of those girls so we can move on.
Oh, they trying to get rid of Megan and Helena so bad.
They can leave. They can leave. I mean, I like Helena a little bit, a lot more than I like Megan.
A lot more, but
a lot more. But
is she giving? No.
It's just like, but baby, I just like y'all need to leave. Oh, but the producers, y'all messy. Y'all just trying to make Dijon and Harry look like the worst dudes. But I'm not buying into that propaganda.
Only one of them looks bad.
Not on Dijon. Harry, that's all true. He can leave.
That's all true.
He can leave. He can go. But y'all leave Dijon alone. Leave Dijon alone.
Agreed. Well, that's a great way, I think, to leave off. We'll probably talk a little bit more about the game in episode 12 because a lot of it bleeds over into episode 12. And we will be back to talk about that tomorrow.
Yes.
12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. BST. Catching up, fully caught up by tomorrow on Love Island UK, y'all. So we will be here talking about all of it. And we'll be back as well on Friday at 2 p.m. BST or 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST. Jesus Christ time zones. We will also be here later today talking about Love Island USA at Soul Ties Live, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 2:10 Eastern-ish, Friday, Saturday at 6:10 Eastern-ish. So join us for Love Island USA. We've got thoughts.
Lots of thoughts.
Lots of thoughts. So on that note, thank you for joining us for this lovely Love Island UK recap. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe on your way out. Grab your cup mugs. Check out another video while you're at it. And with that being said, cheers, Islanders.
Cheers.